We're here today with JohnnyC, and we're going to continue on our discussions about Vietnam. Last time we talked a lot about basic training, AIT training, and he briefly mentioned jump school. So today we're going to dive into jump school, and he's going to talk a little bit more about jump school and why you wanted to do that training.
Yes, jump school. I never did so much running in all my life. I mean, not even as a kid running from the cops. It was nonstop. Run up the hill, down the hill, around the hill, over the hill. I mean, it's what we did. You ran when you were standing in line waiting to go into eat chow, and then the black hats would be there, and they'd be hurrying you up, so you would get outside, and then you had to wait for everybody. So you'd be running in place while you're waiting for them to come out, and guys would be throwing up and getting sick.
Who are the black hats?
The black hats are, for the most part, they were non-vets, combat vets in different units in Vietnam, all jump qualified, combat veterans. And these guys have been there and back. And they knew what it took for you to get your body in the best shape it could. They didn't play. There was no half-stepping. They had no problem knocking you down and being rough with you. They did it just because, let's put it this way, it's your life.
Yep, they're preparing you to go to Vietnam.
Right, as a trooper. So we would do things called PLFs, where you'd be on a wall so high, not too high, but maybe 2 feet off the ground, and he would have a bullhorn, the black hats, and he would say something like, "Go ahead, go," and you'd fall off and you'd try to do the perfect PLF. And I did some really good ones. I mean, they were spot on. Just didn't turn out that way when I actually needed to do it or to shoot, but that's later on. But yeah, they put us on you would go up on a platform, and they would hook you up. You would put these cables on, not cables, but straps onto your risers that you wore. That was all part of what you would be wearing.
Parachute.
Well, with that's what you hook your parachute to and your reserve to. So you had to get used to wearing that. So you'd go up on this platform, and you would have the risers put up onto the rings that you had, and you had to come off. And they want you to just jump off it. And the black hat would be down at the bottom, a nice height, scary, because you're swinging. And some guys, they would be swinging backwards, where they would face the ground, the black hat would drop them. For me, I never had that position. It was always I'd be up with my back, and then they would drop me. I think some of the reason behind that was I was a wise ass from Philly. And I would do things like run backwards when everybody else was running forwards, trying to hold on to whatever semblance of normalcy I had, thinking that I was not going to let them break me down, but little did I know they did. But the next would be the 34-foot tower. And there you would have your harness on, and you would tighten it up, pull the straps that were down near your groin, and you had to make sure everything, your family jewels, was all in the right spot, because when you pulled it, it tightened up. Then you had straps up at your shoulders, and you pulled that down. But little did you know that when you walked up those steps to go to the 34-foot tower, that black hat couldn't wait for you to get there, because he would grab those straps and pull them so tight that you'd be hunched over. You'd be like a turtle, and you'd be trying to walk over to get to the door, and you couldn't wait to get that damn thing off. But first you had to get hooked up, go out the door, and slide down the cable.
So I'm going to stop you there, and we're going to continue back on the first time you jumped out of the tower.